We begin this morning with the latest developments on the police protests that have been sweeping the nation.
This was the scene last night in Boston, where crowds gathered to protest a grand jury decision to not indict a New York City police officer for the chokehold death of an unarmed black man.
And for the second night in a row, crowds filled New York's Times Square. You're looking at the scene behind us that looked like it was almost New Year's Eve there.
Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russell joining us live in studio now with the very latest.
Patrick and Danielle, the message of this protest and others across the country is Black Lives Matter. That's what thousands of protesters were chanting last night in Boston. Now, this is all after the high-profile deaths of two black men at the hands of white police officers, Michael Brown in Ferguson and Eric Garner in New York City. Both officers had their cases heard by a grand jury, and in both cases, no indictment was delivered. Last night, hundreds of officers were in the streets making sure the demonstration stayed peaceful. Protesters made their way through Boston streets to the Christmas tree lighting. There they chanted as fireworks went off and Christmas carols were sung in the background.
I think everybody out here is making a change. I think every voice matters.
We need to get the message across to people, even those people that don't think that this directly affects them.
And here's a statement from Mass State Police's superintendent. I'm grateful that no one suffered a serious injury, and I'm proud of the restraint and integrity showed by all of the troopers and officers last night. He says as a whole, protesters were peaceful except for those who walked on the highway, an action he calls unacceptable. And we also have reports that 10 people were arrested last night. Live in the studio, Perry Russell, Eyewitness News.
Stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the chokehold death ruling. We'll have the very latest headlines all morning long. Plus, you can get updates, of course, anytime on our website, WPRI.com.